Hello, how are you? I haven't seen you for ages. I hope you're okay. Do you know, today it was raining and pouring outside, which is a good thing for the trees and the flowers. They need a drink, don't they? But I've come inside the shed again and I've found a story. It's from this book called Alfie Weather by Shirley Hughes. Look out for her books, they're all great. And inside it's a story called, can you see that? A Journey to the North Pole. I'll see if you can see the pictures while we go along, because Shirley Hughes wrote the stories and did the pictures. She's a very clever lady. It's a rainy day story. Are you ready? Alfie and Annie Rose and Mum were on a visit to Grandma's house. Outside it was cold and wet. Mum was upstairs doing some work on her computer. Alfie and Annie Rose were downstairs in the kitchen with Grandma. Alfie looked out of the window. It was all steamed up. He could hardly see the garden outside. Raindrops trickled endlessly down the window pane. He wrote an A for Alfie. Can you see? He did it with his finger. Then he got down on the floor and started to build a space station. But Annie Rose kept trying to join in. Annie Rose keeps annoying and annoying and annoying me, wailed Alfie at last. She won't play with her own toys and she always wants to play with mine. Go away, Annie Rose, he told her sternly. And then, of course, Annie Rose began to cry. Grandma put down her potato peeler. Let's go for a walk, she said. So Alfie and Annie Rose and Grandma struggled into their boots and hats and waterproofs and went out into the rain. Look at this picture. Isn't that gorgeous? Can you see all the rain really hammering down? The lane outside Grandma's gate had a stream running down the middle of it and plenty of mud. They held hands and slithered along together. It was fun at first, sloshing about, but soon Annie Rose's boots were full of water. Then she sat down in a puddle and got wet all over. Alfie's feet were rather damp too, so they turned back towards home. Good idea. Got all their wellies there, look. What shall we do now, I wonder, said Grandma, when they were all dry again. It's not lunchtime yet. I think we had better go on an indoor expedition. That's a good word. Can you say that? Expedition. Alfie wanted to know what an expedition was, and Grandma told him it was a long journey into unexplored territory. We'll need supplies, she said. She packed their little backpacks with some crisps and bits of apple and 4 biscuits, and they set out. They went all through the house, pretending that each room they visited was a different country. That's a good idea, isn't it? They went through jungles where tigers prowled. I think that might be the conservatory look, or the flowers, pretending it's a jungle. They swam in billowing oceans. I think that's the bed, can you see? It's a billowing ocean. They crawled through dense undergrowth. They're going under the table. They made boats to cross fast flowing rivers. I love their boats. They climbed up steep mountain paths beside rushing waterfalls, hanging onto the rocky sides in case they fell in. Can you see what the mountain path is? And when they reached the top, they pitched their tent and ate their supplies. At last, see if you can see that page. At last they came to the steep little wooden stairs which led up to Grandma's attic. This was the highest point in the world. "Oh, this is the North Pole, all right," said Grandma, shivering. It certainly was cold. They could hear the rain beating down on the roof, but there were so many interesting things there that Alfie and Annie Rose quite forgot they were at the North Pole. Ooh, that looks fun, doesn't it? An attic full of stuff. They spent a long time exploring in old suitcases and cardboard cartons full of things which had been dumped down and forgotten. Annie Rose found some picture postcards and a box with ribbons and bits of jewellery in it, and a handbag and a big hat. Alfie found a broken angle-poised lamp and a set of dominoes and a kite. Time to go back to base camp, said Grandma. Let's take our treasure with us before we freeze to death. Grandma helped them take it all down to the kitchen. It was excellent treasure. It lasted Alfie and Annie Rose for the rest of the day until tea time, when the sun came out. I think that's the end. Yep, it is. Isn't that lovely? Now, here's an idea for next time it gets rainy. Why don't you go on an indoor expedition in your house? Each room could be a different country. You could go billowing through, or billowing, that's the right word, through the sea. You could go and make a den under the table. You could, what else could you do? You could actually go into the garden, see if you can make a den there, if you're lucky enough to have a garden. Have fun. See you next time. Bye.